For the next number, it says find each trig ratio. So given that this is a right triangle and you're missing this side, which is the hypotenuse, I would recommend you to use a Pythagorean theorem, which will give you the formula of c squared is equal to a squared plus b squared. And then just plug in c is equal to a is 15 squared plus 36 squared will give you, let's see, second and then the radical symbol. So 15 squared plus 36 squared is equal to, it says 39. So this side right here is 39. Now that all the sides are complete, we may now find each trig ratio. It says your reference angle is angle R. So given if this is your reference angle, this will be your opposite angle or opposite side, I'm sorry. And this is your adjacent side and this is your hypotenuse. Now, remember that sine can be obtained by getting the ratio of opposite over the hypotenuse. So if your opposite is 15 and your hypotenuse is 39, let's see if there's a lowest term for that. So click alpha, y equals, and then press enter. And then just plug in 15 and then 39 and press equal. It says 5 over 13. So that will be the lowest term for your sine. Next, cosine. Cosine can be obtained by adjacent over the hypotenuse. If your adjacent is 36 over the hypotenuse of 39, that will give us a lowest term of 36 and then 39 equal 12 over 13. So that's the lowest term. Next, tangent. Tangent is opposite over the adjacent. That's TOA. So therefore, that will give you 15 over adjacent, which is 36. Let's see what's the lowest term of that. Alpha y equals. So 15 over 36 is equal to 5 over 12. So that's it. Next, for number 4. This time, your reference angle will be T. So I will double this line for a marking and I will scratch this because at this moment, this will be your opposite and this will be your adjacent side. And still, this is your hypotenuse. So let's start. Sine t. Sine, opposite over hypotenuse. So that will give you 36 over the hypotenuse of 39. We did that here, so I know that the lowest term of 36 over 39 is 12 over 13. Next, cosine. Cosine is adjacent over the hypotenuse, which means that your adjacent side is 15 over the hypotenuse, which is 36. And again, we did that here for the first given or first question. It says 15 over 39 is equal to 5 over 13. So I will write 5 over 13. Next, tangent, opposite over adjacent. So opposite would be 36 over the adjacent is 15. And the lowest term would be 12 over 5. And that's it. Okay, for this problem, this is an example of a 45, 45, 90 triangle. This is my 90. And since this is 90 and cut into half, this would be 45 and 45. 90, 45, 45. If the diagonal is 8, which is the hypotenuse, we should solve for each side. Okay, so to solve that, hypotenuse or side Let's do hypotenuse. Hypotenuse can be obtained by multiplying side or leg. Let's do side. Side times square root of 2. If your hypotenuse is 8 and your side or your leg is unknown, just divide it by square root of 2. Cancel. Your side is equal to 8 over square root of 2. Square root of 2 is not allowed to stay in the denominator, so we need to rationalize it. So therefore, it will be 8 square root of 2 over 2, which will give us an answer of 4 square root of 2. So that's the value of each side. It's equal to, it says 39. So this side right here is 39. Okay, for this question, we need to find the side x. So given that this is a reference angle and this is your adjacent, so if that's your reference angle, the one opposite to that would be your opposite, and the one beside that would be your adjacent side. So meaning in a SOHCAHTOA, only tangent have O and A. So I will use tangent. Tan of 57 degree is equal to opposite, which is x, over 6, which is the adjacent. Since x is on the top, we need to multiply the 2. So x is equal to 6 times tan of 57 degree. So tan of 57 degree equals sine times 6 is equal to 9.2. So this is the value of x. For the second one, or on the other side, you have 19 and then 31. So if this is your reference angle, the one opposite to that would be your opposite side, and the one beside would be your hypotenuse. Oh, this is not adjacent. It opposites the 90-degree angle, so this is hypotenuse. This is adjacent. So I am wrong in that part. Okay. So therefore, H and O will give you sine. So sine of 31 degree equal to opposite, which is 19 over x. So therefore, since x is in the denominator, we need to divide. Let me show you why. So I'm going to read of those number beside x, because since we're solving x, so cancel x is equal now to 19. Oh, alpha y equals, and then 19 divided by sine of 31, and that is 36.9. That's it. The hypotenuse is 36.9. Okay. In this case, we need to find the base angles. But since this is an isosceles triangle and the base is 24, I will cut into half, and then this will be 12 and 12, and since these two sides are congruent, this will also be 18. So now I have a perfect right triangle. Now, solving for the altitude or the height of this triangle, one of the leg is missing. So I'll just put leg and then square root. So 18, which stands for the hypotenuse, minus 12, which stands for the given side, will give you what? So second, so that's 18 squared minus 12 squared is 13.4. 13.4 or 13. So, oh, base angles. All right. This is just the leg or the height, but our concern or my concern is the angle. So if we are solving for this angle and you have 2 given here, this is my adjacent and this is my hypotenuse. So therefore, in a SOHCAHTOA, this is a ka, A and H. So cosine of a known angle, we don't know the angle yet, so I will put theta, is equal to adjacent, which is 12, over the hypotenuse, which is 18. So therefore, that is second. Again, if you are solving for angle, you need to press second first. Second, and then cosine, and then alpha y equal. So that will be 12 divided by 18 equals 48 degree. So this angle is 48 degree. The other one will also be 48. So those are the base angles.